Hello, and welcome to Beyond Books, where we talk about books and beyond. I'm your host. I'm Renee, co host Raina, also the official mascot of the Beyond Books channel. And today, her snack of the day is Wag Chicken and Waffle Biscuits. She doesn't have too many of these left, so good thing we have a subscription on Amazon. In another week or so, we'll get another package of biscuits. So Raina will be happy to see the mailman come on that day. There you go, girl. But anyway, today I wanted to show you a nice little book haul. These were all acquired from my public library book sale area. They were all only $1 or $2. Look at that. Nice stack. Woo! Fantastic finds at great prices. Excuse me for a moment. Dropping things on the floor. Um, so, uh, actually, the first one I'm going to show you, though, was free, and it's not from the library sale at all. It's from Thrift Books. I purchased it with points. They were just about ready to expire. And one thing I have to say about Thrift Books, they are very nice to let you know when that is ready to happen. So I chose this with my credits. It was published in 1988, The Remains of the Day by Kazuo Ishiguro. And this particular one is a portrait of a butler named Stevens. And at the end of 3 decades of service at Darlington Hall, as he's spending a day on a country drive, he also takes a journey through the past to try to reassure himself that he has served humanity by serving this great Lord and gentleman, Lord Darlington. But I guess some doubts start to come up about the true nature of Lord Darlington and his greatness. And he also starts to have some doubts about the nature of his own life. So I've never read this. I've never seen the movie. Normally, I'm not a big fan of the movie covers, but I do like this one with Anthony Hopkins. And to show how old this book is, I'll show you what's back here. Look at that. One of the old pockets that they used to put your little stamped card into so that they know who had checked out the books. So, talk about weird things you find in old books, right? So now, same author. I also got When We Were Orphans. This is about 20th century Shanghai. It's about a character named Banks who was orphaned at the age of 9 after his parents disappeared, separate disappearances apparently. Now it's more than 20 years later, and he is a celebrated figure in London society, yet the investigative expertise that has garnered him his fame has done little to illuminate the circumstances of his parents' alleged kidnapping. So, yeah, wow. So he travels to the seething labyrinth city of his memory in hopes of solving the mystery of his own painful past, only to find that war is ravaging Shanghai beyond recognition and that his own recollections are proving as difficult to trust as the people around him. So that sounds like a very interesting storyline. I've always wanted to read this book. It was published in 2000. Now, I also picked up a Star Trek book. It was published in 1990. It's entitled Doctor's Orders. It was written by Diane Duane. Apparently, this is part of what they call the original series. It is book number 50. And if I've ever read any of these, it was a long, long time ago. And so I can't even remember, to be honest with you, but I may have. Anyway, in this book, apparently, Captain Kirk gets a little tired of Dr. McCoy's constant grumbling, and he leaves him in charge of the Enterprise. So, what could possibly go wrong? Next, we have Cat and Mouse by James Patterson. Now, I was hooked on this Alex Cross series back in the day when they first came out. This one is from 1997. I have not read it previously, but it is the fourth one in the Alex Cross series. I don't believe they really need to be read in order. I mentioned the book Along Came a Spider, which is the first in the series, in one of my videos recently. And someone asked me in the comments if James Patterson had ever written a book called Cat and Mouse. And I said, yeah, he has. So, yes, indeed. It was only a couple of days later that I found this for $1 in a library sale. So, in this one, apparently, there's a killer hanging out in Cross's basement, waiting for him and his family. And I love when there's a scary killer lurking and no one knows it. It creeps me out, but I guess that's the point. So this series was actually pretty creepy for its day, I thought. Now, I can't believe this next find. It is Old Yeller by Frank Gibson. We're going to talk about this more. This is a special find. For now, just look at the great condition of this book. It's perfect. And just see how happy I am to have picked it up for $1. But yeah, we're going to talk about that at another time. I have plans. Next is also a great find. This is The Absolutely True Diary of a Part-Time Indian by Sherman Alexie. I listened to this book on audio when it first came out. It was published in 2007. I probably listened to it around 2010. That's when I started my Audible account. This version is apparently like a children's version. It's got some cartooning in it. And I'm not sure what the target audience would be in terms of age, but I'll find out by the time I actually read it, and then we'll all know. And this is a frequently banned book. In fact, I think it was number one for probably 2022 or 23, somewhere around there. So yeah, that was a good find for $1. Next is a perfect edition of Full Dark, No Stars by Stephen King. Now, I've already read several of the stories in this book. It is a collection of short stories. It is from 2010. If I remember correctly, I think one of the stories is about a sexual assault. So, I need to keep that in mind. And if you come across the book, just keep that in mind as well. You might want to look into that more before reading it. But I know I like to be aware of those things. But anyway, I thought these stories, even kind of in general, were a little darker than some of King's usual collections. So beautiful hardcover with this photo on the back, only $2. So next is another frequently banned book. This is The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. This came out in 2017. It's about a police shooting of a young, unarmed Black man and the subsequent fallout, the protests, things like that. I've always wanted to read this, and this is going to be on a TBR soon, I'm sure. Last is William Kent Kruger, Spirit Crossing. I have several of Kruger's books. I've only ever read one, however. And that one was entitled Red Knife. This is a newer one. It is from 2024. It is part of his Cork O'Connor series. There are about 20 or so books in the series. They take place in a small town in Minnesota where O'Connor is the sheriff. So let's count up the books we have here. We have 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 books, 3 hardcovers. That's $6. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Another $5 for the soft covers. That's a total of $11 because this one was free. So $11 for 9 books. I just don't think you can beat that. And yeah, I love what I got. So you will be seeing these very soon in the future on my channel. I thank you very much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe if you have not done so already, and have yourself a great day.